sit-down netball. There's a lot of school children here in the entire precinct as part of New South Wales educational program, which is fantastic. And here's how Poland, in their first Invictus games, will line up with their side, headed up by their captain, and that's Marek Stosho. He's the skipper of the side. Kloks is in there as well. Kacho will play a leading role for Poland. And a great effort by the Poles to reach the semi-finals with 2 wins yesterday. The United Kingdom, led by their captain, Netra Rana, who you'll see in the number 7 jersey. And an interesting one, Alan White, who'll wear number 10. He's just come across from the swimming, where he's competing in the heats this morning. The UK has never missed out in a medal in the sitting volleyball. 1 gold and 2 silver. But, Brad, as we welcome you to our coverage, this should be a great matchup based on the performances from the 2 teams yesterday.
Yeah, Andrew, both teams yesterday went through relatively easily in their first game, both teams winning 2 sets to love. And then in their second game, to get into this match, they both won in a tiebreaker 13-15. So both teams know what it's like to go down to the wire. It'll be brilliant to see who comes out on top here. I have no doubt this is going to go all the way.
Poland wearing the white shirts. They have their team huddle, and they're ready to go. The United Kingdom side in the predominantly red shirts. And this crowd came in pretty early. There's Łukasz Wojciechowski, and now the captain, Marek Stosho. He'll be a real key player for Poland as they're introduced to the court. Jan Kocha in the number 4. There's Włodzimierz Wysocki. And now Andrzej Skorine. They introduced the starting 6 for Poland. The UK. Well, that in shot is the captain, Netra Rana. There's Paul Twitchell in the 9. Rana introduced now. Waving to fans in the crowd. Big Darren Young.
Vital yesterday, who played a big part in the matches. The longest arms I've seen here at the Invictus Games.
Brad, I mentioned too, Brad, that Alan White has swum today in the heat. So too Daniel Bingley, Paul Twitchell and Scott McNeese. Big 3 from Poland also competed in swimming, so they've had a busy day.
It's a long day. It'll be great to see if they've still got energy here. I'm sure they will. You can see the passion out there on the court. Both teams are fiery, ready to go. Poland with the first serve.
Wozniacki it will be for Poland. First semi-final sitting volleyball, Invictus Games 2018. Here we go. And the first one into the net. UK celebrating the first point. And UK will get the serve via Michael Mellon. That was Darren Young in shot. There's Mellon. UK, first blood.
Touch of the net, I think there, by Poland.
That goes against Poland, so 2-0 UK. And a couple of early, I don't know whether it's nerves, a couple of early mistakes here from the Polish team.
And one thing you can see here, they're swapping out the ball, not allowed to play with the same ball 2 points in a row.
Mellon again with the serve. It's punched long there by Wozniacki. So a great start here for the UK in the first set. Off to a very quick 3-0 lead. And Michael Mellon getting the job done with these serves. 3-0. That's out. Mistake comes from UK there first.
You can see Mellon now opting for the back court on each of his serves, and that one just a little too long. It'll be interesting to see the strategies of both teams here.
So Poland serving this time by Wojciechowski. Nice tap on. And they keep that alive.
Brilliant.
Work to do for the UK. Point. Wysocki finds the net, and the UK win the rally of the game so far.
That point beautifully explains the passion in sitting volleyball. The movement, you don't just sit around and wait for the ball to come to you. You move into position to take that shot on. And both teams there were flying across the court. And then Poland winning that one there.
So UK with a 3-point.
UK point, sorry.
Yeah, you're right. And it's going to be the skipper, Netra Rana, with the serve. UK up by 3. Work to do there for Tula. The mistake comes from Poland. Point to UK. They retain the serve. It's now 5-1 in the early going, and Rana getting back there, ready for another serve. Great emotion in and after every point. That was catching of the ball in the end there by Limbu for the UK, and it was a great ball by Vysotsky for Poland. So Poland get the serve back, and they get a vital point. Down by 3. Great crowd engagement. Oh, the serve's long. So they concede possession again. That was from Karofsky. So a 4-goal advantage now for the UK. And they'll have the serve by Darren Young, an imposing figure.
Played a big part yesterday. Yesterday, GB or UK got up to a fast start against Jordan in the first set. They're doing it here again.
Serve by Young goes deep. Great rally. Out from Poland, point UK.
Big lead now, 5-point advantage to the UK. You can see the passion out there on the court. They're motivated, they're hungry. Can they keep this run going?
First to 21 in these first 2 sets. Best of 3 sets in this semi-final. Young with the serve. That's going to go long. A desperate effort by Netra Rana, but it goes long. It gives Poland the point. It gives Poland the serve.
And you'll see that happen a lot during these matches when the opposition will try to play it back where the server is, because there is not a lot of court space available. So you'll see that happen a lot.
Oh, the UK, some thought it would go out, but Mellon played at it. Point to Poland. 7-4 now. Poland has not been within 3. The serve from Kocha. So point to Poland.
Lifting. Separation. So what that call is there is the players' buttocks lifted the ground as they attempted to play. Therefore, the point has been awarded to Poland.
You need one buttocks cheek on the ground at all times, but Kocha's serve is into the net. So just as they drew to within 2, it's back down to 8-5 now to the UK, and UK to serve by Avuta Tula. His traditional slap of the ball before the serve. Oh, well knocked down there by Poland. And doing it was Tomasz Rozniatowski.
And for those that are not aware, you are allowed to be aggressive on the service, unlike able-body volleyball, where you're not allowed to attack the serve. Here, you can attack it as much as you like.
And it was attacked beautifully. Oh, nicely done. Great tap down by Rozniatowski. And all of a sudden, Brad, it's a 1-point game, 8-7 UK in this first set.
Very hard to separate the 2 teams so far. Both are playing really well.
It's out. The serve goes long. That's 3 service mistakes by Poland. That was Vysotsky. So UK back to a 2-point advantage, and with the serve back through Gushar Limbu. Well, that was a great put away by Michael Mellon to win the point for the UK, and they're back out by 3.
Very hard to react to those when they're coming at you that fast, and all you can do is get a hand to it. To be able to place that ball takes a lot of skill, and sometimes it's just too much.
Did well to keep it alive. Young.
Great
for
set.
Mellon. Great job by Mellon again. 11-7 UK. And that was a great rally. You just always had the feeling the UK, I'm not sure that they had it in hand, but Mellon put it away beautifully.
But you can see from those moments when they have a nice set, it gives the player time to get under the ball, really set their position and make that contact.
So far, 11-7 UK. This is probably the rally of the first set to this point. The save on the foot, incredible reflexes, then tap back by Wozniakowski. Mellon puts it up. The save there came from Limbu.
How amazing is that touch there, just to be able to get it enough over the net, make it almost impossible for the Polish player to be able to return it.
I'm loving watching him, Darren Young. He looks like he's a heart and soul. He wears his heart on his sleeve.
You'll see it throughout the match. He will not slow down with that passion. It will not die out. He is hungry for this win. As you said, it seems to be the heart of the team. But you can see the passion of all the players on court right now. They want this. They want to be playing for that gold medal.
So the serve with the UK, Gushar Limbu. 4-point lead. Tapped out there by Wozniakowski. That's him in picture. And a vital point for Poland. And they get the serve back. Mind you, the serve hasn't always been their friend so far in this first set. And here's Andrzej Skrine with the serve.
Great set again. Oh, caught the line.
He's got the point there, Paul Twitchell. So now it's a 4-point game again to the UK. That was a near thing, but Twitchell, there he is. Absolutely perfect, and he'll now be the server.
Will they keep this run going, or will Poland be able to bring it back? 4 points.
Their biggest lead is 5 thus far, when they were out 7-2. Twitchell to serve. Is that gonna... No, it lands in! Perfectly done on that occasion.
You heard the call there by one of the UK players saying it's going out. Unfortunately, they were incorrect.
And the shot came from Wysotsky. Now the serve from Wozniakowski for Poland. They keep it alive. Twitchell. And it goes out of Jan Kocher. So the UK win the serve back again and increase that margin back to 4. And there he is, big Darren Young. He's going
pumping up the crowd. Love it. I love it.
The crowd where he was looking, it's jam-packed on that side. So now the serve with Michael Mellon. Got straight through. Point to the UK. They're now up by 5, equal to their biggest lead of the first set. You need to get to 21. If it's 20 all, you've got to win the set by 2. Mellon again. Out. The mistake comes from Michael Mellon. Poland to get the serve back.
Now they do need a few in a row here, Poland, to really bring this back, to put the pressure back on UK. You don't want too much of an advantage here, later parts of the first set.
Wojciechowski with the serve. Pressure on the UK now. They keep it. No, it's out. Going off Paul Twitchell. So now the lead back to 3, and they've threatened a few times, Poland, as they drag it back. Tomasz Wozniakowski with the serve again.
Those flat serves can be costly if you do not get it over the blockers at the front of the net. You'll see the blockers, the opposing team, trying to put off the server, but that was just a little bit too flat, too easy to return.
The skipper, Rana, with the serve.
Great touch there.
Great touch by Murek Stoshu, the captain. So back to 3, 15-12 in favour of the UK, who are, again, threatening to run away with the first set, but Poland just keep finding a way to claw their way back. This is the area they've got to get right. The serve. Darren Young. Point to the UK. 4 points the margin again.
5 more needed. Will they get the run on with Darren Young at the serve, or will Poland be able to bring it back?
Darren Young sets himself. So close to each other, that front line, aren't they? Oh, nicely put away by Avita Tula. In fact, that was, no, I was right, Tula. Put it away very methodically.
Long
yeah.
As you can see, Darren Young's legs here are over the baseline. You're allowed to do that as long as your buttocks are behind the line when you serve. That's all okay.
Timeout called here by Poland. It's a 5-point lead to the United Kingdom in this first semi-final. Best of 3 sets. Both teams getting a chance to regroup. And this is the effort from Avuta Tula for the United States to give them that 5-point lead after the serve from Young. Damn, bang, down it goes. Point. That looks so easy, I suppose, with those long arms.
Well, because you're not allowed to have your arm or your hand even encroaching over the net, that length just gives you so much of an advantage to be able to still play the ball on a downward trajectory, given the height. It makes it so much easier.
As the UK coach who led Georgia to victory last year. A lot of school children in the crowd enjoying it. They brought some atmosphere, some noise, plenty of banners. And Darren Young with the serve again, with the UK up by 5 first set. That looked like it could have been deep, but Rosniakowski decided to play at it.
You've only got a split second to make that decision.
And you look at Goose if it lands in, don't you, by a few centimetres. So this is their biggest lead, 6 points, UK. That's out.
That one was definitely out.
Too long from Darren Young, so Poland get the serve back, but they are still down by 5 in this first set. UK 3 points away from going 1 set to love up. Oh, the smash come from that time Tula, but it's into the net. So a little bit of a reprieve of sorts there for Poland. They get to within 4.
That was interesting, aiming for Tula on the serve. He's probably the most imposing figure on the UK team. We'll see where this serve goes.
And the serve came there from Kocha. Oh, that was a great bit of play from Avuta Tula again at the front line. No chance for Poland.
You think he's coming in with a smash, but that was just a nice, delicate push. Placed it perfectly.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? For all the power you can offer up the front, often it's the delicate touch that can prove the difference. And now Tula with the serve. That's in, just as we spoke about before. All of a sudden, set point for the UK, up by 6. He's been outstanding, Avuta Tula.
Poland are looking at each other right now, wondering why that happened. But can they fight back? 6 are needed to stop this set from going to the UK.
Set point, Tula. Oh, Twitchell pushed it down, now Tula again. Limbu puts it up, smashed away by Mellon, and that's enough. It goes out from Poland in the first set to the UK. 21-14. And I just get the feeling, Brad, that they were starting to assert their dominance the longer that set went on.
Definitely. But I should mention, yesterday when UK played Jordan, they won the first set 21-14 like they have just now. But Jordan came back and won the second set. So it'll be interesting to see here what Poland do to really come out of that.
So this was set point. Tula, Limbu, Mellon, and too much on the stroke, on the shot. Mellon was right there, though. He knew that was just floating out.
They have the advantage now, the UK.
1 set to love, best of 3 it is. And the players swap sides of the court.
Have we seen enough for Poland to think that they could win the second set?
Well, you never say never. They're obviously a pretty courageous team. However, the UK just thought they looked stronger and stronger as that first set rolled along. And here are some of the highlights from that first set, where Poland in some ways were their own worst enemies when it came to the service game, and the UK's power up front seemed to take its toll the longer that set went along. And there he is, Darren Young, urging the crowd on.
Such an animated character. You'd love to have him on your team, wouldn't you? Just to be able to keep everyone animated and energetic.
That was a great hit we just saw from Paul Twitchell. Celebrations there for the POL, Screen.
And you'll see on this footage, but also during the next set, how much the teams actually move. You don't just sit in your place and wait for the ball to come to you. You move to anticipate where the ball is going, and that's what the best teams do. They move in anticipation rather than reacting. And it'll be interesting to see what game Poland really play here out of the second set. Do they come out firing straight away, or do they just try to claw themselves back?
Big one for Poland, isn't it? I mean, it's the first time the nation has been involved in the Invictus Games. And here they are in the semi-finals.
Now, each team here will still be playing for a medal regardless.
Yep.
Whether they make it to the gold medal playoff or the bronze medal playoff, that is the question. And So I guess right now it's about giving it everything you've got, but I guess you don't want to spend all your everything all at once, do you?
Poland, a population of 38.5 million. This is the feature point of the first set, which was a beauty.
That save on the foot there.
That was brilliant from Rozniatowski. Mellon put the ball up. And then a great strike by Paul Twitchell at the back.
But how about that movement to really be able to push himself back and to be able to still play that ball with precision? It's such a skill. And that's why this game is so fast, so explosive. But the element of skill is so important as well.
Only 15 competitors at this Invictus Games, Sydney 2018 for Poland. The majority of them at this court right now. So the first set goes to the UK 21-14. The first serve of the second set will come by Michael Mellon of the UK. The players have swapped sides of the court. There's Darren Young in the front line. He's marking Lukasz Wojciechowski. Mellon the serve. Rana the captain. Rana. Darren Young pushes it just wide.
So close there, so close.
First point of the second set to Poland. And they get the serve, and it'll be by Tomasz Rozniatowski. It's out. Oh, it's well long. So the same issue that plagued them in the first set, that's how they start the second. UK to get the serve back at one apiece.
This court is only 10 metres by 6 metres. That would have almost gone out in a full-size court, I think.
Yeah. Darren Young again raising his hands as he gets back on his knees in the front line. Netra Rana, the captain for the UK, with the service. That was Vysotsky.
Great dig.
Trouble for Mellon. Not much you can do there. Had to dive away to his right. And Poland back in front of this second set.
When two players go for the same ball, it makes it very hard to put that ball where you'd like it. The miscommunication there by UK.
Lukasz Rozniatowski with the serve. Just a little tap over there by Limbu. Rana. Delicate touch there, and the point is awarded to the UK. Avuda Tula getting the best of that exchange at the net.
I think that was a bit of a net touch call there. I'd have to just confirm that a little bit later, but it did look like it was a bit of a net touch. You are allowed to have your feet under the net crossing the line as long as you do not impede on the other players.
Darren Young serves it. Twitchell wants it. Recovery comes there from Vysotsky, but it goes out.
All reaction there. Just unlucky that ball just carried that a little bit too long.
It is all reaction, isn't it, when you get involved in those rallies? But the UK with the serve, out by one in the second set. Oh, that's more great work by Tula.
He's done that a few times now.
Outstanding. I think they were prepared for the heavy hit, and he just delicately pushed it to his right. The UK up by a set and by 2 points in this second set. Darren Young with the serve. Going well for them so far. Oh, wow, nice recovery. Tula. Off the feet, it's out. It was a gallant effort on that occasion by Skarizne. But the UK find themselves up by 3, and they set sail early in the first quarter. They do the same in the second. And Darren Young just maintains his position on the baseline with the serve. Rana. Nice recovery. That was a great play by Vladimir Vysotsky for Poland. And they get the serve back down by 2.
Now, I don't think I need to say this, but Poland really do need to get a few points in a row here to really cement themselves in this set.
They haven't really had that, have they, the run of points yet? Oh, Young plays at it. To Limbu, smashed away by Tula, but it nearly went into the crowd.
I think he was trying to grab a touch there off the blocker. Unfortunately, he did miss. So Poland do win that point.
To within 1. The serve from Vysotsky. Oh, Twitchell went wide, and it goes wide. So Poland draw level at 5. And all of a sudden, they've won 3 in a row. On the back of the serving from the captain, Stosho.
Can they get an advantage now? Can they get the lead?
5-all second set. Stosho the serve again. Tula. Great hands there from Kocha.
Great dig.
Tula. Rana. Back for Poland. Oh, they can't keep it alive. UK stay in front. Lunging was Tomasz Rosniatowski. 6-5 UK. UK to serve again. It'll be Abuda Tula, and we're going to see that ball copper hiding.
You can feel the slap. You can feel it up here.
Bang. The tap came from Kocha, and the point awarded to the UK. I think it goes against Michael Mellon. And so Poland will get the serve back as they draw level by Jan Kocha.
We've seen this yesterday from UK. The second set, they had Jordan breathing down their neck. Jordan came away with that set, but can Poland win this one and push it to 3?
Desperation, put away by Twitchell. They just can't get their nose in front, the Polish team. And Paul Twitchell was a commanding force on that occasion at the net. UK serve back.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Andrew, but we haven't seen a substitution yet.
I can't correct you on that.
I don't
think we have.
And so both teams are playing with their original six for both set right now.
Serve from Gushar Limbu. Young put it up there. Desperation from Tula, but it goes wide. Point Poland, serve Poland.
Point for point.
We're all level.
Yesterday we've seen a lot of substitutions happening, and you'll hear them because they'll blow a buzzer, they'll stop the play and swap players out. But so far we've seen the same 6 on court for both sets.
Vysotsky the serve. Desperation there off the boot for too many hits. Poland in front for the first time in this second set, well, apart from the first couple of points. And the serve coming from Vladimir Vysotsky.
And as I say it, I think we're having a timeout, not a substitution.
No, we had a few of those in the first set. Poland up 8-7. UK dominant winner of the first set. But Poland showing some grit in their second set. Now they have their nose in front, at least temporarily. We've seen some good ones so far in this second set, and this is probably the point of the set to this date, with some desperation being shown. Tula, great touch there coming from Kocha. Young, Tula, nice placement. Kocha just couldn't handle it. Now the UK won that particular point.
It shows when you're off balance, just trying to make contact with that ball makes it so hard to get it back into your team's favour to be able to place it over the net.
That's Brad Scott. I'm Andrew Moore. First semi-final of the sitting volleyball Invictus Games 2018 Sydney. Poland with a serve by Vladimir Vysotsky.
Can they get breathing space?
Tap by Limbu. Twitchell. Kocha. Point awarded to the UK.
Lifting.
It is lifting, so one buttock was off the ground, off the floor, so we're back level at 8.
So when you strike the ball, you must have at least one buttock on the ground at all times. You're allowed to lift one off, but you must keep one on the ground.
Paul Twitchell with a serve now for the UK. Push straight back. Mellon, out. He's had some good hits at the net, Michael Mellon, but too much force on that one. And Poland back in front, back with the serve. And it will be Andrzej Skrojine with the serve. Rana. Young, out off the net. Oh no, it's been touched. The net was touched by Poland. Points going to the UK. We're back level at 9. Brute strength there from Darren Young. And Michael Mellon it will be to serve again for the United Kingdom. They won the first set. Touch comes from Young again. The inspirational force for the UK, and it puts them in front.
Putting himself right in this game here, taking the responsibility. Trying to give UK some breathing space.
Give them at the net, anxious. Oh, lovely little touch coming from Lukasz Wojciechowski, and that's enough to get Poland the point, the serve, and draw them back level.
That dig was so flat that all Poland could do was quickly knock that over the net, and UK were not ready for that. The placement was perfect.
Wojciechowski the serve now for Poland.
You can see it cleaning up a bit there. There's no doubt a lot of perspiration happening out there.
Especially with no subs to this point. Oh, the serve goes long, and that's another point that Poland concede off the serve. UK back in front.
Those unforced errors, they can be costly.
That look sums it up, doesn't it? The shake of the head. We've done it again. Still alive. Tula wins the point. He forced it directly at his opponent, and Wysotsky put it in the net. Poland cannot afford this to get away. They're now down by 2. Rana the serve. Tula. Desperation. Twitchell. Just wide. What an effort by Paul Twitchell, but it goes wide. And Poland get to within 1. They'll get the serve back by Lukasz Wojciechowski.
I think the Polish heart skipped a beat there. I think they thought that was going in.
That's long from the captain, Rana. Poland back square, level at 12. Poland must win this set. They're hanging in there, Brad.
This whole set's been toing and froing either way.
Wojciechowski. Young. Tap back, Tula. Now for Mellon. Nice touch, Mellon again. Young. Wins the point. They dive for it, both Wysotsky and Kochar. But Darren Young, he put it in just the right spot to give UK the lead in this second set, and he'll go back and serve.
The player in the front row tried to go back a little bit, thinking it was going to be a smash, but he created too much space right underneath him.
And you would think it was coming down heavy on you too, wouldn't you?
With that much time to play the ball, definitely.
Reaction time. Tula. Mellon. Rana. Twitchell. Off hands, wins the point. UK by 2.
How many times have we said that this set? Plenty of times, but Poland's always come back. Will this be the moment? Will they pull away?
Is this the point they need right here? Down by 2. Darren Young to serve. There's the captain, Rana. Back to Young. Poland need this one. Oh, it's in the net from Wysotsky. UK at centre court. They're up by 3. Their biggest advantage of this second set, having won the first 21-14, and a timeout is called.
Trying to nullify the UK's advantage there. Will we see a sub?
Well, we're waiting for it. We haven't seen it. The same 6 on both sides of the court to this point.
Can you rule out Poland right now?
Not sure I'll rule them out, because they're showing some tickets to stay in there to the points in the set so far. And Tula, that's great work by Twitchell, but it just went wide. And he's had a significant impact on the game too, Paul Twitchell, after competing in the pool earlier today. It's a very hot day in Sydney, and good time for a dance.
But being a soldier, I have no doubt, used to backing up and going again and again and again.
Yeah, resistance isn't their problem, is it?
No, everyone wants this gold medal right now. You can see by the desperation on the court.
Good job with the macarona, by the way, Brad, too. Well done. So back to the action, Darren Young to serve. 3-point the lead for the UK. Oh, straight off the fist of Wojciechowski. 4 points the difference. 5 more required for the United Kingdom to reach the gold medal match.
Darren Young strung a few serves together so far this match. Can he do it again here?
He's been the most consistent point winner, hasn't he, from the back? Young with the serve again. Rana to Limbu to Twitchell. Great reaction, Poland. They keep it alive. Limbu, Tula. Kochar.
Well done.
Great touch. Jan Kochar wins the point for Poland. There's the skipper, Stosha, who'll go back to serve. They're within 3. They need to go on a bit of a run.
Such limited space there in the front court, and to be able to land that in that space was such an amazing touch.
The loser today gets a chance for a medal tonight at the bronze medal playoff. The winner will be competing for gold. So it's the skipper, Stoshu to serve. Talua. Kocha! Oh! Just too deep from Jan Kocha. That's vital, that's pivotal, because the UK will serve, and they're up again by 4. They're 4 points away from victory as a thump of the ball comes from Abutatula. Pressure for Poland.
Well saved.
Twitchell at the net. Point UK. Twitchell, the commanding force. 5 the difference. 3 points away from victory. Timeout Poland.
You can see the point previous to that one. Poland, they almost set up perfectly, pushed it right across the court at the net, and unfortunately put it long. But this is the last point that we just seen then.
Well, watch Twitchell here. Bang.
The body on the net was just a little bit too much for Poland there, losing the point.
Right into the hands there. It went of Wysotsky, the pole, number 2. So this is the UK's to lose now, isn't it? Up by 5, 3 points away from victory.
Well, we have seen bigger finishes happen in sport. We have seen teams come back from almost nowhere and to come through and win it. Who knows, maybe we might see Poland do the same here.
First Invictus games for Poland. And here they are. They're only team sport. They're into the semi-finals. Here's a replacement. Wysotsky comes off for Poland. And Tomasz Klotz comes on right into the front line. There at the net.
Imposing figure.
Abutatula to serve. Yeah, he is indeed. Up against Twitchell there. First touch, Klotz. Kocha. Nice save, Rana. Twitchell does it again. The UK are 2 points away from a berth in the gold medal game. Young and Twitchell, they're all smiles.
UK are almost tasting that gold medal match.
Sub here. So Klotz is off after 1 point. Wysotsky has had a long enough breather of about 45 seconds. He's back on. Bang. Bang goes the ball from Tula. Poland need this, obviously. Twitchell can't get good grip on it on that occasion. So Poland will get a serve back, and it'll be by Jan Kocha, one of their better players.
They must hold it. They must hold this serve.
They've got to keep the rallies going. They can't afford the service errors that has plagued their performance so far. Here's Jan Kocha. Quick reflexes. Twitchell. Limbu. Young. Back to Kocha. Young. Great recovery. Play on. Young. Tula. Oh, it's in the net from Poland. Great rally, great point UK. And it sets up a game point for the United Kingdom after just simply outlasting in that wonderful rally, Brad. They're up by 6 at his game point.
They seem much more relaxed there. They were placing the ball to their teammates, taking their time, waiting for that moment. And here it is, match point.
Gushal Limbu to serve. Young recovers. Young! Oh! He ended up trying the header. Poland survive, they're still in it.
They only just got that ball back then too.
They did. That was nerve-wracking. As we can see there, the UK number 12 off the bench, Scott McNeese, showing the anguish. So now the serve comes back to Vladimir Wysotsky. Poland, they need to win the next 5 points. Young. Back to Young. It's in!
What a touch!
Over the head of Stoshu. UK is into the gold medal game. They've won it 21-14, 21-15. They advance in straight sets over Poland. And later today, they'll play either Georgia or Estonia for the gold. The great seas there is. Darren Young, what a game and an impact he had.
How about the energy right there at the end? UK, no, they got through that one well. Now they've got to rest up and get ready for that gold medal match. They were thankful they got through the Jordan game yesterday, winning 13-15 in that third set.
That might be the big difference for them going all the way through, because that could have gone either way. And watching your coverage with Corbin yesterday, that was a gripping encounter from first point to last. But just to get through that and the confidence it's given them, gallant effort by Poland. They'll back up for the bronze medal playoff game a little bit later today here at Key Centre. This was match point again, and Young played a significant role.
That touch.
That's a great shot, wasn't it? He knew it too from the moment it left his fingers.
Now, yesterday we did show some shots from court level, and it shows you how hard it is to be able to read a ball when you've got to look through all the bodies, but also through the net, try to work out where it's coming. It's very hard to pick up balls like that, and Young just played that perfect amount of weight, perfect amount of power, and the placement was to precision. Well, those two played key roles right there, didn't they? Young and Paul Twitchell, and also Avuda Tula. Poland has been over thanking the crowd. There's Klotz, who only was on there for 1 or 2 points. 1 point, I think. And as you said about Twitchell, he's backed up after the swimming today, and he's obviously warmed up, ready to go, because, as you said, played a pivotal role. Well, it was a game really dominated by the UK. They won the first set by 7, the second set by 6, and they were getting, this was probably the point of the game that came in the first set. Wonderful recovery by POL, and then Mellon set it back, and this was a point that the UK managed to win and really fired up Big Dazza. Those points are so vital to win, because the energy you gain from those, it just plays a pivotal role in what happens later on after that. The service game is something that the UK did much better than Poland. A lot of mistakes came from Poland when they were serving. Definitely, it was costly in the end, especially in that first set. They did obviously lose 21-14, but there was 4 or 5 points that they really needed at that stage, and by giving them freely to the UK by those unfortunate errors with the serve, it really did give the UK breathing space and allowed them to close out the set comfortably. That was the winning point. And also, credit to Poland, they kept clawing their way back. It was the end of the sets where they started to get outrun by their UK opponents. The UK impressed me, Brad, by being able to force mistakes a lot more than their Polish opposition. There's Darren Young. He's calling members of the crowd down to him. Let's go down to Amanda Shalala, our reporter out here, with one of the key men for the UK, and what a day he's had in the pool now here at the volleyball. Paul Twitchell with you, Amanda.
Paul, congratulations. It's so entertaining watching this British team play. How much are you enjoying being out there?
Oh, we're absolutely loving it. It's we've been training so hard for such a long time now. The guys have come through some really, really tough times. And our families have put up with so much with us being away on weekends and then working through a week and then just being away from them. It's the family that's just that's made this, because they've taken all of the pressures off back at home and allowed us to concentrate on playing volleyball. And as you can see on court, we enjoy it, and that's the main thing. I mean, the way that sport is helping recovery, it works better